Did I really buy a brand new PC to play Fortnite? Probably. How's it, everybody? Brother Edge here, and I'm gonna talk about my move from Xbox Fortnite to PC Fortnite. I don't really have a specific reason why I did it, I just kinda did, so yeah, here it is. I'm still like super bad at this game, so yeah, just giving you a warning. Day 1 was probably the hardest day because I was basically relearning the game all over again. Like, I played Fortnite on Xbox for like 2 months. Yeah, it didn't really mean much because using a keyboard and mouse is way different than a controller. That's why in the beginning, my movements were super choppy. Like, the only other game I played on PC was League of Legends, and all you had to do was click to move. Kinda missed that game. God knows what the hell happened to it. Here, I try to build one of my first 1x1s, and yeah, I know, it's pretty slow. It's very slow actually. And this was before I switched my bindings up, so I was using the F keys in order to build. And I think right after this game, I switched that shit up immediately. It was just too hard to use the F keys. Just trying to get the feel of my mouse and keyboard was my main goal at this point. As you know, I did have an Xbox background, and shooters on PC was way different. Even moving was pretty damn hard for me. So yeah, just trying to work on fundamentals. You know, things like moving, shooting, sprinting, jumping, aiming, all that jazz. Here, I try to get into my very first build fight, I think. Well, my enemy kinda did most of the building, but who cares, right? As you can see, he was a lot better than me by miles, and I honestly thought I had no chance to win this fight at all. Look, he even had the plant skin thingy, and I was kinda intimidated, not gonna lie. But yeah, I just kinda chilled at the bottom of the base, and once I had the chance, kinda just popped him. And yeah, I kinda had to dance on him. He was a lot better than me, so. Aiming was a lot tougher than I thought for some reason. Oh my god, I missed you. In this clip, I literally missed every single shot. So I think after this game, I decided to go into like 50v50s where I could just practice the basics again. And I did lower my sensitivity by a lot. I also tried to use a thing called arm aiming instead of wrist aiming because I don't know, I guess that's a thing. Again, I wasn't a PC player, so yeah, clueless. One of the things that I did like about 50v50 was that the players were a lot more trash than usual. I feel like all the tryhards go to solos. Duels is okay, squads is actually pretty good. But yeah, all the tryhards go to solos. And in 50v50, I didn't have to worry about getting clapped right after I pick up a weapon. So that was cool. You also get a lot more mats than usual, so it's a good idea to practice building in this game mode too. Building on PC was also a way different story than building on Xbox or any other console. It was super easy once you get the hang of things. Like, I think on the second or third day, I was already able to do the double ramp with the wall right behind it, and I don't think I've ever attempted that on Xbox. In this clip, I tried to do a double ramp with the walls behind it towards an enemy running at full speed. I know it's not the prettiest rush, but I think running full speed towards an enemy is the best way to practice, so I just kept doing it. At around day 3 or 4, I noticed my movements becoming much smoother, and I could actually run, shoot crowds, switch weapons with ease. My aiming started to improve, but it still wasn't the best. I did feel like I aimed better on PC than on Xbox though. Or maybe it's all in my head, I don't know. But I do feel like you have more control with a mouse than with the joysticks from a controller. I think just aiming on a controller feels more jerky. With the mouse, all you're literally doing is just pointing at the enemy. It was also easier for me to hit moving targets than on Xbox. And flicking with the shotgun felt much cleaner than before. One of the things I really wanted to get good at was editing. I never even thought about editing on Xbox for some reason, but too bad editing got nerfed like a mofo. Like, I was pretty shook. I didn't even edit. I was like, damn, that was a heavy nerf. I practiced this mechanic by just randomly editing when I'm in a fight. Like, when I look back at some of the clips, I just think, oh, why the hell did I do that? But, you know, gotta get that muscle memory down, just practicing. Even though I didn't really edit on Xbox, I just feel like it was easier with the mouse because, again, of the control you have. After day 4, I volunteered in a camp for a week, which was super fun, and I think it's healthy to take a break from gaming after a while. I did backtrack a little bit, but it's all good. It's only a game, I ain't tripping. If you were wondering what I did, I was a mentor for Title I high schoolers. Basically, low-income students just trying to get into college. Here you can see my 1x1s becoming a lot more cleaner than before, than compared to that first clip. In games, I would just randomly practice building. I'd practice 1x1s, ramps with the walls, and the floors. I even just practice editing by placing a wall down and just playing around with it. Anyway, to get better quickly, I just started to play a lot more aggressive than usual. Anybody I saw or heard any gunshots, I would just rush them. Even though most of these rushes probably ended tragically, I think you'll learn a lot more from playing aggro than hiding in a bush all game. So yeah, that was kind of my strategy. My record is probably complete garbage, but again, it's all good. Double pumping was also something I tried to practice, but yeah, too late. Well, at least it did help me with like my regular weapon swapping, for example, if I just went from a shotty to a submachine gun. But yeah, double pump, damn, learned that shit for nothing. One of my main issues with weapon swapping was the placement of my fingers, or my key bindings. See, my first weapon was at 1 and my second was at 2. I had to jump in order to switch to my weapon slot 2 because my middle finger is usually on the W button, but I use it to press number 2 too. But yeah, I think it was kind of a big weakness in my game because if I didn't jump, I would usually like stand still. And it's always a bad idea just to stand still at any time at all. Switching weapons was a lot faster than before too. All I had to do on PC was to press a button. On Xbox, I had to scroll through multiple items in order to get something. Over time, I did get a lot more comfortable getting into build fights. I could actually keep up with relatively good players, not pros of course, but yeah, each time I got on the computer I felt like I was getting better and better, so that's a plus. Well actually, scratch that, maybe not. Whenever I could, I would always try to work on random mechanics like using the traps, bunk pads, or impulse grenades. Like when I first started, I struggled putting down a ramp, then floor, then a jump pad. Like I could not do everything in one motion. I would have to stop, pause, look at the keyboard, find out where my trap button is, and then place it. I'm okay now, but I think I could definitely get better, get faster at it. On Xbox, for whatever reason, I didn't bother with these mechanics. I don't know why, but now that I'm on PC, I feel like I have to. Here in this clip, you can see me using 2 heavy shotguns. My weapon swapping did get a lot better. Once you get the rhythm down for shooting shotgun, 2 shotguns, it's pretty fun. I don't know why. As I'm speaking right now, it's season 5. But this whole video was from towards the ending of season 4. I was just shook when they completely killed double shotguns. But whatever. Can't really complain. I'm sure people are gonna get over it pretty soon. But I think going from a shotgun to a submachine gun was always better anyway, I think. Besides the gameplay portion of transferring to PC, the quality of the graphics was just way better. Because of my PC and monitor, it can push out way more than 60 FPS that I was used to on Xbox. So yeah, everything just felt silky smooth. And this is probably one of my favorite things about transferring from Xbox to PC, or any console. I also used a wireless connection to my router when I was playing on Xbox, and now, yay, I have a wired one. So my ping is much more consistent and a little lower now because of that. Something that I do have to work on is to not be overly aggressive. Most of the times, I don't even think during a fight. I'll just go all out, jump into the enemy's face, just pull out the shotguns, bang bang. But I think sometimes it's a little better to play slower, smarter, build higher instead of just trying to shoot their face. Toward the end of this video, the playground mode came out, which was super helpful. But I kind of wish it came out a lot sooner. So right when I started this little PC thing, I could practice right away. Because of this mode, I could actually see what I did right and what I did wrong in build fights, because I could keep doing it over and over and over again. It was super good practice, and it was fun just messing around with your friends. And yeah, like max wood just by hitting down 3 trees, so you can actually spend time building instead of farming all game. Overall, I'm really enjoying the switch to PC. And not only because of Fortnite, but because I can do a lot of other shit, like make videos like this one. To be honest, I never really thought I'd be getting a PC again, but I'm real glad I did. Anyways, thanks for watching everybody, and you can just enjoy the rest of this fight. See ya!
Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Oh shit, you guys are right next to me. Don't shoot me.
Whew. Good. Shit.